Namaskar. Today in this session we'll be discussing about the very popular terminology that is GST. GST stands for Goods and Services Tax. So in short it is known as GST. What happens for the regulation of demand and supply and for revenue purpose? Government imposes certain indirect taxes on the goods and services. Pre-GST era, there were a number of indirect taxes from central and a number of indirect taxes from state were there, and these were creating so many business hurdles. They were understood as hurdle for the growth of the business. So that is why all the old regime of tax were done away and GST was introduced. So the goods and services tax is a value added tax levied on most of goods and services sold for domestic consumption. The GST is paid by customers. The GST is paid by consumers like us, but it is collected and remitted to the government by businessmen. GST is collected and remitted to the government by the businessman who sells it, but it is we are the persons, we are the final consumer who are paying it. In effect, the GST provides revenue for the government. So we will understand the background behind the rise of the GST. So goods and services tax is an indirect tax. There are two types of tax: direct tax and indirect tax. Direct tax, like income tax, we are paying. Indirect tax, it is not visible to us. Indirectly it is mixed with the goods and services and we are paying. Tax levied on supply of goods and services, it is nationwide tax seeking to unify several indirect taxes, and it is based on principle of one nation, one tax. Earlier there was so many variation in the different states taxes. So depend upon the variations, border area persons used to make use of the items crossing the border, and so many anomalies were there. Some huge chances of corruption was there. So to rule out the corruption, probability of corruption, also GST was rolled out. So GST Act was passed in the Parliament on 24th March 2017 and it came into effect from 1st July 2017. Here it's very important to understand, once GST comes into picture, GST is not a new tax. Goods and services tax is not a new tax at all. It's a merger of various taxes. Nomenclature is new, but it's a merger of various taxes used to be levied by central separately and used to be levied by state separately. So here, before GST, central was levying excise duty, custom duty, service tax, central sale tax. Four types of taxes were levied by the central government, and businessmen used to pay. It was very inconvenient for them, and moreover, after inclusion of these four taxes, the rate was little bit higher. Likewise, state were charging some six type of taxes: luxury tax, octroi and entry tax, purchase tax, entertainment tax, VAT, taxes on lottery. So these all were variety of state government taxes. These all six, this state government 6 plus central government 4. These all 10 types of taxes were merged together and it became GST. So GST is unification of different indirect taxes. It's not New tax, it's a unification of different taxes, central taxes, state taxes, that is indirect taxes. So GST rates are there. Central for that GST commission is there, and this GST commission decides the taxes. However, some slab is there. For essential items including food, 0% tax is there. For common use items, 5%. Standard rate, 12%. Maximum goods, 18%. And luxury items, 28%. So maximum is 28%. And minimum with 0% for food items. So GST is paid on the goods also and on the services also. GST is paid by the final consumer. GST is collected by the businessman and remitted to the government. So this is the basic thing behind the GST. What is the objective of GST, that we have to understand so that the concept will be more clear. Decrease in cost of goods. What happened earlier? 6 plus 4, 10. 10 indirect taxes were there, 10 indirect regulatories were there, 10 types of inspectors were there, 10 types of offices were there, and 10 types of taxes were there. Whether it is 1% or whether it is 10%, that is different, but you have to work for all these 10%. So it was increasing the cost of the goods. After induction of GST, there is certainly decrease in the cost of goods. The cost of goods has decreased since tax is eliminated in GST regime. In the pre-GST regime, there were many indirect taxes being collected on the different names. Next is ease of doing business. Certainly, GST harmonizes tax administration between the center and the state, which will improve the ease of doing business. That means now doing of business has become easier. The business process has become simplified because only you are responsible to pay GST. You are not supposed to pay 10 types of taxes to 10 agencies. Reduce tax evasion. Yes, since earlier 10 types of taxes were there to 10 agency and on 10 conditions. So people used to pay 1 or 2 and they were easily evading the remaining. So here evasion of tax has been reduced. Moreover, electronic return filing and assessment has been introduced. So once electronic return filing and assessment has been introduced, the man interaction has come down and it has led to less tax evasion, and people are paying the tax now, whatever genuine is there, because tax is now less. Earlier tax were more, so people were used to make the departments happy. Now need not to make departments happy. Now whatever minimum the tax is there, that you pay and do the business. Then tax system becomes more transparent, regular and predictable. Now everybody knows how much I have to pay tax, when I have to pay tax, to whom I have to pay tax. So now the system has become transparent, and transparency is the mother of development. Here in GST there are 3 types of taxes. 3 taxes are applicable in GST. That is, number 1 is CGST. CGST means Central GST, Central Goods and Services Tax. This revenue goes to central government. So GST we will understand in SGST itself. Second is SGST. S stands for state. So State Goods and Services Tax. For Union Territory, UTGST. So both of these taxes are levied on intra-state sales. SGST is levied within the state. If the item is sold in Tamil Nadu, that comes under the SGST because it is sold within the Tamil Nadu. So if accordingly that whatever taxes, if tax is 12%, as of now 50% tax division is there. So if on SGST 12% tax is taken, then 6% will go to central and 6% will go to state. So once it goes to central, that is known as CGST, central GST. When it goes to state, it is known as SGST. Right? There is no confusion at all. Now third type is integrated GST. It is levied on interstate sales. If some business takes place between Tamil Nadu and Andhra, Tamil Nadu and Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, then here two states are involved. So when two states are involved in a business, that is known as interstate business. So when interstate business is there, for that IGST is levied. IGST is levied in interstate business. At the same time, I stands for integrated. At the same time, IGST is also levied on import of goods and services into India and export of goods and services from India. That means IGST is applicable for interstate, IGST is applicable for inter-country. So from one country to another country, if item is coming import, if item is going export. So whether it is import or whether it is export or whether it is interstate business, in all these three cases, IGST is applicable. And in IGST cases, the entire amount goes to central government. So this much is only about the GST. It's a very small topic. Once short note comes or long note comes, please do write. GST is very small topic. Please do write. Don't leave the question unattended. We'll meet with the next chapter, that is depreciation. Till that, Namaskar.